Hey guys, welcome to the Perfectly Wasted Podcast. I'm the host, DullOxide. Today is episode 16. We're going to be talking about anxiety and depression. So you can find all of my previous episodes on the Drinking Wisemen YouTube channel, as well as my bi-weekly podcast, Brew the Truth. Any day-to-day photos and cosplay photos on my Instagram, at DullOxide. So anyone that knows me knows that I'm a pretty upbeat, kind of like energetic person the majority of the time, but that's not all the time. No one ever sees you all the time. I do have some pretty bad anxiety, and of course, depression comes with anxiety, and stress comes with these things also. It obviously doesn't seem like it all the time, but these are all things that everyone deals with to some level. I have had anxiety attacks, and I can tell you my experience with them is that they feel pretty fucking horrible, and I wouldn't wish them upon anyone. I'm going to give you guys some tips on how I manage my anxiety and depression and stress, and hopefully it helps you all out a little bit. So first off, let's go ahead and we'll deal with depression. So as you can see inside of the picture here, I'm fine, feeling I'm nothing to everyone. Now, I don't necessarily agree with that. That's not how all depression is. There's depression on different levels of different things, and I just really do hate when people say I'm fine when there's something obviously wrong. But sometimes people don't want to talk about things. I understand that. I sometimes push a little bit hard if I feel like I need to know because I'm really close to you, and I know that others that are close will try and do the same to you if you do look like you're depressed or are giving off that depressed aura. So just keep in mind that even if you're depressed, they mean to help you. They don't mean to annoy you, which I know flips really quick. So when I become depressed, I try and surround myself by things that I just really enjoy and really love. I stop whatever I'm doing that's making me depressed, and I try and just up my mood. That could be a variety of different ways. I can go get one of my cats and start petting it. I could watch some funny videos and try and change my mood. I can basically just you just cut off whatever you're thinking of and come back to it later when you're a little bit more calm. And because that's really what it is for me most of the time, is that I'm depressed because of something that's happened or something that's going to happen, and it just makes me feel really terrible. And for me, the best way that I found to reverse it is to just reverse the feeling, literally. Just flood yourself with happiness. Watch some kitten videos online that they're doing really cute things, or talk to a friend that you haven't talked to in a while and talk about how great your life is and what you have to look forward to in your life. Because no matter what the worst thing that could possibly be happening is, there's always things that are good about it. If you have any family, that could be a good thing. It might not be a good thing for everyone. Not everyone gets along with their family, but if you have friends, if you have true friends, there's a lot of things to be happy about. Not everything comes down to material objects and money. You being funny, you always being upbeat, you having pretty eyes, you having a full head of hair, or you looking good bald. Even there's so many different things out there that you could be happy about. That why be depressed? And I understand that that's not going to help everyone. That's why they do have medications for people that do have real problems with this. These are just some tips, like I said. Now, anxiety this one's a little tougher, all right? So anxiety, I get a lot of anxiety all the time. If you call me and you tell me that we're going to talk later today, and we're going to set a time, and then we hang up and that conversation is done with, I will not stop thinking about that until I talk to you. It is fucking horrible. And I know that this is an example. It's not an extreme, but I will be concerned until I talk to you. Because most of the time, if you're going to talk to somebody about something, you could do it over the phone relatively quickly and get whatever it is done with and be done. If my dad calls me and tells me he needs to speak with me and he needs to see me in person, then I become horrified until that time. What's the worst that it could possibly be is all that ever goes through my head. I usually think of worst case scenarios. It's something that I'm just used to. It makes me very observant in a lot of ways, but at the same time, it's something I really dislike. So anxiety is a lot more difficult to deal with, in my opinion, compared to depression. Trying to get your mind off of the things that are making you anxious definitely helps. Similarly with depression. However, it's not always the easiest thing because unfortunately, if you have really bad anxiety, it's going to make you, it makes your stomach turn, it makes your heart beat faster. You start to feel like you're going to be sick. You start feeling nauseous. It's not really it's really a bad feeling. So usually I'll try and, just again flip my mood around and find something that's going to make me happy and think about that, or just delve into work, just keep busy doing whatever you can do. If you do cosplay, start doing a cosplay design. If you like to read comics, get into like a new comic that you've heard is really good and just kind of change your world. Watch some anime, just take your mind somewhere else. Read a book. Just get away from the thoughts that you're thinking. Literally, just stop trying to think about these things. And that's about the only thing that I could really say about that. It's really hard to deal with. I don't know of any surefire way besides literally using my imagination and stimulating my mind to get my thoughts away from these things that are causing this anxiety. And I feel like that's probably what most people do, but if you've got some better method, please share it. I'd love to know. I'd love to be able to share with others. And lastly, one that everyone deals with is stress. Stress from work, stress from home life, stress from school, stress from everything. There's stress all over the place. No one is freed of stress. Everyone has to deal with some sort of stress constantly. On a daily basis, there is some level of stress in your life that you're dealing with, whether it be that you want to try and get in shape and it's not happening fast enough. You got so much work at work that you can't get done in the time frame that your boss has asked you to. Your parents or your loved ones are getting on you about every little thing at home, and it just feels like everywhere you go, everyone's out to attack you. Stress is everywhere. So my best suggestion for stress is to just have someone to vent to. And now, this person that you're going to vent to, try to not make it always complaints, like share your day with somebody. Call them, talk to them for 10 or 15 minutes. Hey, how was your day? Oh, it was really great. I had these people at work that brought me cookies and candy bars and stuff because they found out it was my birthday. I didn't tell anyone. It was a really interesting surprise. So I really enjoyed that. Or, oh man, these people at fucking work are idiots. They have no idea how to do anything right. It's always me holding their hand. I can't understand why I have to tell them a million times. Getting it off your chest helps a lot. And that way, when you're talking to these people, they know it's not always good or bad, and they're there just to listen. And a lot of times they'll be like, oh, fuck, well, you think your day was bad? Like, I got a flat tire, and right after I got a flat tire, I ran out of gas because I was too fucking stupid and thought, oh, the flat tire is the only thing that's wrong with my car right now. And, I mean, there's always someone that's had a worse day than you, So if you could just turn it around and laugh about it with a friend, or, explain it in a way that someone can understand and try and make it a little bit better and easier for you, that's always something better to deal with, Nothing's ever the end of the world. Now, the second thing is that I decided a long time ago not to waste my time on people that don't make my life better in some way. Now, example of people that do make your life better are people like that make you smile, people that are fun to be around, that you enjoy being around, people that, no matter how long it's been since you've seen them, they always have something interesting to stimulate your mind with, and they're always happy to see you, There could be any number of reasons that people can be beneficial in your life. It doesn't have to necessarily be monetary or something to do with skills or anything like that. On the most basic level, it's just people that can make your life better or easier in some way. And not to say that you're using them for these things. Usually if I'm in a situation where somebody makes me happy, I generally make them happy in some way, shape, or form. If we're talking and we're joking and we're laughing, then both of us are laughing and enjoying this. If I meet somebody that's just a real piece of shit and I don't want to hang out with them, then I just don't hang out with them. In fact, I go out of my way to avoid people that I don't want to hang out with. All right? And it sounds like a shitty thing to do, but if you know that someone's going to make you upset or that someone's going to make you unhappy, just avoiding them is the simplest, easiest thing to do. It makes sense. Once again, guys, these are just tips. None of them are fail-safe. Hopefully it helps you in some way. Please do like, subscribe, and share. Comment if you have any suggestions or tips. And thanks again for joining us. That was 10 minutes perfectly wasted.